Ask my husband. But when I have an opportunity to talk about breast cancer issues, my LinkedIn Pink sisters are very dear to my heart, and I'm just very dedicated to the cause about health and wellness and how we can turn this thing around so that cancer gets a diagnosis and is eradicated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a little bit of my story for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to open it up for question and answers. And as was mentioned in my intro, I am a teacher by trade. I spent 25 years as an educator, 20 as a teacher, 5 as an administrator, and so I'd like to do my presentation a little differently this evening. So I'm going to take you back. So how many remember Cliff Notes? Okay. How many use the Cliff Notes instead of reading what you were supposed to read? Okay, all right. So what I'd like to do is just kind of give you an overview of my story, and then kind of break it down into some pieces and again entertain some questions. So if that's okay with you? Yes. Amen. Amen. Please repeat this after me. Help. Help. Hope. Hope. Healing. Healing. Romans 8 reminds me that all things work together for the good. To those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. Almost 5 years ago, I received a call that forever changed my life. I was getting ready to leave my office for the day when the telephone rang. Now, I had no intention on answering that phone when it was quitting time, but I was curious to see who was about to leave me a message. I looked at the caller ID, and it displayed the name of the doctor that I had seen earlier in the week. Well, why would she be personally calling me? She called to inform me that my breast biopsy results were in. It was cancer. I can't tell you what the doctor said after that. My hand went numb. My mind went numb. My body went numb. I knew I had to get home as quickly as possible, but it felt as if I were just moving in slow motion. In a daze, I managed to get to my car, I got inside, and I gripped the steering wheel. But I could feel nothing because of the numbness. I got about halfway home, and I stopped at a red light. I glanced up in my rearview mirror, and I noticed that the woman behind me was smoking a cigarette. And I thought, now wait a minute. I never drank. I never smoked. I exercised regularly. I ate properly. The tears began to flow like a torrential rain. I can't tell you how I made it home safely that day. I pulled up in the driveway and got out of the car. Yes, I was home, but I knew that I was home a different person than when I left that morning. I walked through the door, and the silence was so loud. Cancer. All things The events that followed happened